Welcome back. Our guest today, returning guest, is Ellie, and we've had a couple of things to work through with her, and I often just have people come twice, but she has a third surgery, and I thought it'd be so great to actually work through the whole progression of the 3 surgeries. And so we will see what we find. But just to refresh your memory, Ellie, what's the big 3 surgeries?
C-section, oophorectomy, and prophylactic bilateral mastectomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have worked through the oophorectomy, which was laparoscopic, so a lot of support through her midsection. The second video, which you'll see the link, was the mastectomy, and that really released a lot of movement up at her shoulders and her neck. And the C-section is the last one remaining. And so we're going to check a few things to see how that might be affecting her and decide how we're going to work. But let's go back to also what was originally going on that might have been nice to help with.
Chief complaint was migraines.
Yeah. And how are they?
So those have been better.
Yay.
Yeah, those have been better, yes.
When it's just, you can look again at the first video to see where we started with her, because that was how many months ago? It was like September, October. It was in the fall.
It had to, at least.
So
a while ago.
A while ago.
Yeah.
And she hasn't done any more additional work. So what you see is just a continuum of a few months in between, like each different session that we worked on things. So one of the things people wonder is, well, how many times do you have to come and do work? And really, it's like what we do is just clearing up what's happened to you. So the 3 different surgeries is just support, get that motion happening again, reset how those muscle connections are flowing in each of the different areas, and her body can take it from there. What have you started now?
Oh, I started doing morning yoga.
Okay.
About 5 mornings a week.
Yay.
So I'm less stuck.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
But pause before we go much further. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kara Lindell. I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute and the Bridging Technique. Drawing upon my background in engineering, we take a different approach to solving how the body works together and then resetting the muscle coordination so that your pain goes away and you can get back to being active, which she already is. Yay. So with the C-section, the one thing that we do find with many moms is that their ability to extend, which is leg lift behind, which you use in walking and running, yoga, you do get into leg positions, that often is limited because of where the scar is. And so I thought to start with, we'll check that on her and then figure out how we're going to work. There's another piece to that which we'll show you is how the leg turns to go into like a frog leg position that is often compromised by the tightness of that C-section scar. So, you ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You're going to be face down.
Okay.
And yes, normally we check a whole lot of other things from the beginning, but we've already worked with her and know that most everything is good, and we'll check all those again when we're done. Okay, so her knee bends. I'm trying to lift her leg. Can you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going anywhere. Let's see if this one's the same. That one's even tighter, if you can imagine that. And you said one of your knees has been bothering you.
Yeah, the left. Yep, it's that one.
So if she's not moving up at her hip, the next joint that can move is actually her knee. So maybe her knee is getting stressed by having to do too much work. The other movement is a frog leg. So if I lift and try to rotate, nope, let me do it.
Nope.
She can start to rotate. So that may be enough for what she's doing in yoga, but that is pretty limited. Let's see what goes on with this one. Oh, there's not even a thought with this one that that's going to happen. So again, in bridging, we like to work with what's best. The right side is actually what's better than the left. So I think, sit up. And I think I'm going to have you actually completely flip around.
Okay.
And I'm going to have a pillow here. So if you lay down on your side, but looking over that way. Yeah, there we go. So If we support the scar from the right side moves better. Hopefully we're going to get some movement restored through the whole lower core and into the legs. And then we can see how much of that actually frees up with motion to the left side. For this, I need to support a scar, and it is in a somewhat private place. So we're gonna, why don't you put this about where the scar would be, there. And scars are big, so I'm gonna use 2 of these. I'm gonna hold one over and one more to the right. And I'm gonna just hold her leg and stabilize it. I'm putting some compression. Can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot of compression, but it's just firm across the whole way. And that, I would think that might even just relax your back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just holding. I'm going to add a little bit of rocking motion because what we want to do is pair up the muscles through that area of our abdomen. Again, with the C-section, we've talked about this before with other examples of people who've been in. There are 7 layers of muscles that get cut through. The 7 layers orient in different directions. Some go up and down, some go sideways. And just by me holding the support here, I actually can feel motion like up and down from her breathing going all the way through her abdomen. And that motion is actually changing things. I can feel like it gets more and more. So we're going to see if her hip just started to move. And I'm going to hold her leg. What's nice about her being on her side is that as the hip opens up, I'm going to drop one of those, I can actually bring it into extension, and it's starting to come, and she's able to start turning. So I'm using her leg to just take her through all these different ranges and degrees of motion while still putting some support where the scar would be. Okay. Everything's coming up because besides being able to stretch out, it needs to compress together. There. And then do you feel how much wider that comes? You'll be able to sit a whole lot more comfortably in yoga.
Yeah.
Because sitting crisscross, or lotus, I wouldn't think that would be so easy. There. And so I'm going to use her knee to kind of help push her hip open, but I'm still just supporting the scar. Okay, all of a sudden her back is moving a whole lot more easily. Can you tell that?
Yeah.
Do you feel anything else?
I mean, my hip definitely feels a lot more fluid.
Yeah, there. And it turns more easily too. Oh, gosh, your leg just feels so much lighter and easier to move. Okay, I'm going to let you sit, or I'm going to flip you around the other way. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So again, this is the side that was tighter.
Yep.
It's pretty common with C-sections that we find one side being more restricted. I mean, when they close up that incision, they have to start on one side. It's just like a zipper. By the time when you start the zipper, it's kind of tight pulled together, and then by the time you get all the way up to the top, the whole thing is just closed, not particularly tight. So I'm going to hold here, and let's just see what this is like. Oh boy, that is tight. I'm actually going to prop your leg up so that we can put this underneath. There we go. Is that okay? And I'm going to hold on the front, but I'm also going to hold on the back so that I can do a little bit more compression. And because all those layers, they go deep in. And so if we want to get all the different layers starting to move, I am rocking back and forth using the peanut on the back side. You can feel that movement, right? Yeah. And here. So it's starting to move more. I do not feel the same motion from breathing that I felt with the right side. And so I'm going to come a little bit closer and just try to encircle her hip a little bit from front and back and add a little bit of motion. I'm adding it now from both sides, the front and the back. And now I start to feel the breathing. Did you feel that change? Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so her breathing is kind of pushing down in and opening up some of that movement from the inside out, and I'm using the peanuts from the outside in. So where they meet in the middle, oh, there. And that whole area just got a lot looser. So I'm gonna just rock it a little bit more playfully, and there's some forward and back. I wouldn't be surprised if this side still is just a little bit tighter than the other, but if we can get them both there. It's like she took one breath and all of it just kind of opened up. So how many years ago was the C-section?
10.
So it's not as if there's healing left to be done. It is well healed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hold your whole leg. And wow, it's actually extending backwards. And let's see if it can connect to your core and rotate you. Anything feel stressed?
No, it feels great.
Boy, talk about a hip opener.
Yeah, it's a great hip opener.
There. Okay, and it's turning much more easily now too. That seems to let your knee align better, because when I lifted, I had to support at your knee because it didn't feel stable. There. So I think the tightness here actually pulled in at the hip, which then stressed the inner edge of your knee. There. So with what we worked through before with your shoulders, how long did it take for your headaches to lessen?
Yeah, I mean, after the second was one we did.
Was it like next day?
Maybe it was like
a couple days.
No, I probably would say a couple weeks, because to really tell, because I don't get them every day.
Oh, okay. There. Oh, okay. Now everything's rolling around. Is your knee okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's. Actually, the compression that we did with the other side of folding up. I'm gonna make sure this one does the same thing. There we go. That feels super easy. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the pillow. Okay. Go on your stomach again, and let's see if they are pretty close to even. Okay, so the right side, which was the better one. Oh my gosh, it extends. And, whoa. Okay, her hip really opened up. That was really nice. Let's see what this one does. Okay, that's even more than I expected. And, oh, that opens up all the way too. Do they feel pretty similar?
The left one still feels tighter, but it feels better than it did.
Tell you what, roll toward me from the side. I'm gonna put this underneath, and you're just gonna roll back down on it. Does that support kind of feel like it's in about the right place? So with the support there, instead of me holding it, gravity's holding it. And let's just see if we can coax her leg into working just a little bit more easily. These are big, long relationships, big, long muscles from the legs. A lot of the muscles from the legs tie into the lower back, and so they cross through that area of where the surgery was. And just rocking them and moving them all different directions just helps them relax and figure themselves out a little bit better. There. Okay, roll. I'm going to take this out. And so just to compare, there's the right, there's the left. It's just a smidge tighter, but it moves pretty well.
Yeah, it moves great.
Okay, I'm going to go out. That's quite easy. And that's pretty easy too. Those feel similar?
Yep.
Okay. Let's just see if she's rolling here very evenly. Yes, because if that's not even, then there'll be some stress in her low back, and we don't want that. Flip back over. Let's make sure arms and legs are all matched up, because we can't have you unmatched. So just 1, 2. I'm going to double check something with this left knee. That actually transitioned very well, and straight up. So squats and lunges are both good for you.
Right.
Yeah, that one too. And let's just double check her arms, which is what we were working on last time. Wow, that is a far cry from 6 months ago. And her whole shoulder moves. Let's see this one. Yay. Very nice. And I think once upon a time, your head did not even move, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
This might still be a little stiff.
well, let's just see. Side, and turn, and turn. No, it actually is moving very nicely. And last thing is I'm going to check your entire side. So I'm going to roll you toward me. Very nice. And you're doing great with just going with the flow.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's a hard thing for people to do.
It is.
And then this side. Yeah, oh, they both are very matched. Sit up and swing around. And then, you okay?
Oh, yep.
Stuck. Stand up, because with all the changes with the legs, I just want to make sure that you're stable. So I'm going to hold on the shoulders and just shift her from side to side. Yeah, you move really well. And then turning. Those are really well. And then forward and back. Oh, excellent. So have a sit. Let's just do a quick recap. First of all, guys, give Ellie a thumbs up. Hit that like button. This was awesome. I'm so glad you were able to come back.
I am too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Truly.
Because really, you're just trying to like live a life and have some kids. She has a great business as well, but when things choices that you make just leave you so restricted with the surgeries that you're trying to head off something. And then the C-section is like, you're both alive. So that's the whole goal of that. Yeah. But it's been really holding you tighter than you would have realized.
Yes.
And so just being able to erase some of the side effects or after effects of those events is really an amazing gift to be able to do.
Yeah.
So that just lets her get back to being able to work out, which is all what you need for the forward-looking health things, to be active and social. Like all of those are the good aspects of being able to work out and do your yoga and add some strength training back.
Yes, exactly.
So all of that. So over the 3 episodes, we've worked through each of her surgeries, and the migraines are very infrequent or
infrequent. Yeah.
Which is great, and she's back to being active. So, so from those of you who are in this area, the Chicago area, that have had any of these types of surgeries, and you feel like you're restricted, we're happy to help you. You can be a guest on the video again. And if you're a professional and you would like to be able to help others overcome these after effects of surgeries like this, we do teach classes, so that information's on our website. Subscribe to the channel so that you can see more great examples like this. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks.